Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Sharing Creations by Carrie. I'm fighting with my camera right now. I have the rest of my Temu haul part 2. And this one's not going to be as long. It is more geared towards stamps, dies, and little bits of things. So let's get started. Here's the first stamp. This is all the stamps that I got were letters this time. So this one was 98 cents. It's now 89. Excuse me. 89 cents. I did a test run so that I could have it in my book where in the pocket where I placed my stamp. But it's a pretty good stamp. You've got your capital, got your lowercase in the same style, plus the numbers. Plus you've got little added bonus images. I kind of didn't finish the stamp, so I have no clue what that is. But I think it's where is it? Bird. It's a leaf of some sort. Not quite sure. Yeah, I guess it's a leaf. I guess. You can make it a flower too, so. So there's that one. Nice addition to my stamps. And then I got this one, which is different style of letters where there's a space so you could add an additional color because it's got the little spaces. You could leave it blank like that, but it gives you a gap to where you could highlight it with another color. Got a couple of sentiments on it. Congratulations to you, happy birthday, with love, and also has a handmade stamp. Some X's. So this is a nice little stamp. So this one was, it's $1.28. I paid $1.29 and got the rebate. That one. Then I went for a fancy stamp and larger for like initials and whatever in the cursive. And I think this one is a nice one. Larger on the larger side, so you're going to say roughly an inch big. Some of them bigger. And this one's $1.68. So nice stamp. Stamps well. I've not had any issues with their stamps. So then I got this one, which has a variety of them. It's got the capital, lowercase, got all capital in this one, all lowercase in this one, and then you got some numbers. And they're little squares, so these I would say you would end up, if you're trying to spell out a name, you're going to have to stamp one at a time, which I didn't realize at the time when I got it, when I picked it, but that's what, because there's too much space in between. So this one, watch out for. It's 89 cents. I got 2 of them. And one was more expensive, $1.48. Interestingly enough, they are the exact same stamp, which I did not realize. One is listed under transparent, and the other one is dimensions. So needless to say, I apparently like this style because it has the variety of styles. However, they're the same stamp listed differently in another store. So watch out. Sorry. I ended up with 2 of the exact same one. This will go into the Happy Mail for when I hit the 1,000 mark. I have a stash of things that accidentally bought twice are going into that for a giveaway. And funny enough, we now have this tool to add to it because now I have two. One thing that I have learned, which took me a little bit to learn, and I think this is the order that taught me, was if you put in where something is sold out and you put in for notify me, what will end up happening is they'll notify you, but they'll also stick it in your cart. And if you don't fine tooth comb your cart before you hit checkout, you will end up with an item twice. If you've not gone in there specifically to order it yourself, because I ended up finding it in another store cheaper. And so I just added it to my cart. I didn't want it to go in my cart when they notify me. They were just supposed to notify me. So there's a little glitch of Temu that I hope more people learn, because I'm not the only one that's bought some things twice. But I think I have learned now how they sneak things into your cart. So unless you want it to automatically go in as soon as it becomes available again, don't add another one to your cart. And or if you want to be notified, great. But then you need to make sure that you check your cart that you haven't already purchased it in a previous order. Found it somewhere, added it to your cart, bought it, and down the road they stuck it in your cart and you ended up buying it twice. Because that's what's happened to me more than once. And I have shopped way too much that I missed it. I missed it a couple of times. So I have since learned that. Don't add it if you're adding notify me. Because it's supposed to be a notify by email. It's not supposed to go in your cart. And it didn't happen in the beginning, but it's happening now where I've noticed it twice. Where it's already been in my cart. And I've actually caught it one time. But I did not catch it this time. So these two will be going into the celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers. So this thing was $6.38, and this was $1.49. So yeah, those are going into that. Important tip. So there's those. Now I have selected some die cuts, which did not realize they were that small. They're 208 now, but these are great for cards. These are even good for scrapbooking, junk journaling. I think if they're any bigger than this, then it's going to hog up too much of your page. So, wanting it to be bigger to get more money for my buck, more value for my buck, I don't think it'd be smart if they were bigger. So this is the alphabets, plus it has a star, the and symbol, and the exclamation point. Can't talk today. I've talked too much. So, nice stamp. Haven't tried this one, only because it's too wide for my small one, and just didn't have the energy to put it through my big one yet. I will, because I need to make samples of everything. So maybe tomorrow that'll be something I do if I get a chance to sit in my craft room tomorrow. For $2.98, this is now with 5 tags. Nice sizes, to where you get 5 options of how big you want your tags. This can be great for gifts, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, junk journals, scrapbooks, cards, you name it. If you can think it, you can do it. So, like that one. Then here's another one I haven't gotten around to testing yet. I tested several of them and I got tired, so, and I still had to do part of this whole haul, so I was like, well, let me do that all tomorrow then. And these are pretty. And these are going to be difficult to get all those little pieces out. You're going to be dealing like this one right here. Sorry. It is going to be a pain in the butt to get all those little bits out. How to get a drink. This one too. All those little tiny bits. So this tool is going to come in handy with a little poker at the end. Because it has a little poke. So it's going to help you poke out those little bits in there out of your cut piece. But then you're also going to have to poke them out of this. They're absolutely beautiful. I am excited to try these. There's 5 of them in here, and this came underneath that that $4.98. Here it's flash sale. Grab these 3 things for $4.98, so I grabbed 3 things. I think I actually grabbed 4, but these are really nice. There's some substance to these too. Then I got this one, which look how many is in this one. This is only 208. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 pieces. And this could be so helpful. Sorry. Helpful scrapbooking, for doing the layering for your photos, to frame out your photos. This would be great for junk journaling because you have so many different sizes. You could take a printed page out of one of the books from Temu and do a solid color page and layer it on top. Then you can do another layer, another layer. I mean, I'm going for quantity and quality when it comes to stamps, because I want as many pieces as I can get my paws on for less money. Excuse me. Then I got this one. I don't think I read the measurements on this because it is quite large. It's $2.98 right now. I'm not sure. I probably did not read the measurements. I think I was like reading the measurements for, will it fit in my machine? But these are rather large. I mean, you could still use them in card making and junk journaling and things like that. Because I'm starting to think, after looking at it for a couple of seconds, there's definitely different things that you could use this for, like doing bands on cards, to do layering. The small one, 2 small ones. I'm thinking junk journal would work, but I think it's the shape of it that's throwing me off. But it definitely will play a part in junk journaling and card making for sure. And then I found this one. It's now $4.48. It was $4.04. This one's a multi-pack, which is another reason why I got it, because there's multiple pieces to it and they don't have to be used together. This one's gonna be a kind of a nightmare to get those little pieces out, granted that it cuts. Tomorrow I'm gonna run through, I think my plan is to run through every single die, and if they're not cutting, I'm requesting a refund, because I have at least 2 so far that do not cut. One of the ones I couldn't get to cut before, I finally got it to cut. The die itself was really thick, which is why it was a struggle to get through the machine. But I like this one for the mere fact that there's a butterfly right there. There's roses. There's, I think those like leaves. But the outer shapes of like the tag style pieces, which, I could take, like, cut this in one color, cut this one in another color and layer it. Maybe. I don't know if it'll fit on top. Nope, the shapes are wrong. But I could cut this twice and get a frame in one color, and then cut it again. When I cut it again, I'll have a different color to put here, and then I can put a sticker on top. Because I think one of these could fit in here for the interior of it. That would be nice too. So this is a nice die because it gives you plenty of options. Junk journal and scrapbooking, card making. This is perfect set for that. And this one, I had to get a snowflake one. It was $4.04. It's now $4.48. All the different snowflakes. This one actually comes with a matching stamp. I didn't get the stamp. Didn't care for the stamp. It had like 3 snowflakes on it, and then it had several sediments on it. Didn't really care for the sediments. But you can, I think one of these fits inside here. Not quite sure. Or even that one would fit inside. But I'll have to cut them all out and see what they look like once they're cut. But then you got some unusually shaped tags, which is fun. Okay, and then there's other stamps or dies. So these I cut. Okay, you've got 2 lace trim ones. And it cut these 2. This one cut nice, and the pieces popped out really easy. So these could be a card edge. These you could cut along the bottom and put it on your page. But they're 98 cents. They're a little smaller than I expected, which is probably because I didn't read good. Very good chance of that. And this is $1.18. Come on now, paw prints. This one popped out nicely. Cut nicely. And then there's a little something. Is instead of getting rid of all these bits, like I got rid of the bits on these, but there's hearts right here. So you could actually use these little cutouts on your pages in different projects. So I started saving all the bits because you can use them still. So there's those 2. And then I cut out, got this one, which is little picket fences. I knew it was little. I remember reading the measurements going, that was kind of small, but I don't know if I picked the wrong colored paper to show you. These little picket fences. Different style picket fences. Well, I thought that one was cute. This is going to be nice for cards. I got a die set that has a bunch of little animals. It has a bunch of different shapes of all kinds of stuff. There's 50 of them in it. Yeah. So I thought these would be cute. There's flowers in it. There's animals. So I thought this could be fun to add the little animals on a card. Or, even the junk journaling using these picket fences. How super cute would that be? So, I mean, it cut clean. $1.98. And then I already have one very similar to this. However, this one's little. And it cut very nice. And you could use this on scrapbook, junk journal, card. It's $1.48 right now. I have another one that's almost, I want to say it's over 4 inches long. Alright, let me see. This one is 4.5, and I think the other one is close to 6 inches. So this one's by far smaller. Yeah, because this one is under, 4.5, and that one I think is close to 6 inches. I think it's like 5.5. It's much more substantial, and this one is, I think the only difference in the big one versus this one is the stem right here. On the large one, the stem continues, but it's pretty much the same thing. Still love it, because hello, roses. This is going to be cute in my junk journal. And then I did this one, which is a heart and butterflies. And you can place it on your page whichever way you choose. This appears to be like more of the back of the page. So I don't know how to cut it so that, I guess I got confused as to why it is like not universal as far as flipping it around, because the way it's cut, you definitely see the indentations on the back side after something's been cut, because of course it's pressed cut. But then there's all the little pieces of butterflies. Well, you can continue your image. And this one's $1.48. So I don't know if this was made backwards, because when you see the pictures of this die, I guess it is this way. Yeah. I think they have it cut out in the center of a card. It's cute. It's a half a heart. The other half of the butterflies are floating away. So I saved all the little bits for this. Useful for other projects. Like, don't throw anything away. You could possibly use it. And then there's this die, which at first I was super disappointed on how small it was. However, you're making cards. You don't want giant ones. But it's cute because it has little perforated edges. They pop out quite easy. It cuts nice. So make sure you save all your little bits, because like the A, that little piece is missing. It's in this pile somewhere. It's in these pieces somewhere. But you want to save that little part of your A so that when you put it on the card, it's there. It was like this one's got there. So what happened was, I thought there was something wrong with this die. They're stinking cute, because it also has a solid one, which you can overlap. Or you could take the center. Geez, I can't even like operate my hands. You could take the center letters, if you wanted to use the center letters, and if you wanted to do it like 3D, like the Z came out of that one, you could cut them in different. Goodness, I keep dropping it. If you wanted to do the letters in a different color, cut it twice, and then you could attach these little letters onto the banner. It would have a dimensional effect to it. So I thought I was cutting it wrong. Something was wrong with the plate. Yeah, you name it. I thought, why is this thing so hard to get through? Yeah, because I had 2 sheets. I did not realize I had 2 pieces of paper. So this would have cut a whole lot easier. It still cut. I got doubles because it cut through both sheets. So I was pretty impressed with this die, because it went through both. And it cut. Both. Well, looks like this one didn't want to cut as much. Some of them didn't cut. Most of them did. Oh, it embossed. See, some of them clear cut. So you just got to make sure you're not being like me and not paying attention and got 2 pages. You do what I say, not as I do. You ever hear that when you were a kid? And you could even use this piece as a window if you didn't mess up the bottom. You just trim it out and you could do this as a window pane. See, don't throw nothing out. So it embossed the bottom, kind of cut some of them. Only because I'm a goofball. Didn't pay attention. But this is a nice die. So I don't know what I'll do with this one. I may fussy cut some of these out anyway and still use it so it's salvageable. So it's not wasted. But this is a nice die for $1.48. And it gives you options to even like the blank ones that don't have anything on them. You could write on them. So there's options. But it's a nice die. So far, no fails on the die purchases. So happy about that. I did not have a boo-boo die. So then I got some sponges. Stop touching the bag. They're $2.48. There's 2 of them. My thought was cleaning my brushes, having them in a container of water, cleaning my brushes. However, these are intended to, I believe, clean your stamps. So I'm definitely going to try it. I didn't today, even though I use my silicone stamps, rubber stamps. I didn't because I forgot that I had them, what they were used for. Yeah, I'm tired today, so it's been a long week. So hopefully there's 2 of them. So hopefully they're good at cleaning these stamps, because right now I'm using a baby wipe and then paper towel. So I'm hoping that these sponges do their job and clean my silicone sponges. That's the hope and why I purchased them. Then I got this set of rings. They're the rings that if you ever bought stencils from them, it's the same rings. And they were $3.35. There is 50 of them. Sounds like a lot. However, I bought a 10-pack and already blew through the 10-pack. So I also, while on YouTube, found that junk journaling, you can use 3 rings instead of sewing it. It adds a different look to the side of the book. But I was doing the whole debate whether I want to use the 3 rings, because to get a needle through all that paper and get it lined up and looking nice, I'm not sure I'm got the patience or the skill set to do it. So if I decide that this also gives you an option to make your junk journal bigger, whereas if you sew it in, you're stuck. That's it. So if you only do so many signatures and then you're like, well, I want to add to this. I don't want to start a whole new book. I want to add to this. Using these rings, you can add signatures to it and not have to start a whole new book if you choose not to. So there's an option there too. I also ordered some cushion covers for the couch. Our dogs lay on the couch. And so they like my husband's couch because mine's a 2-seater with the cup holder in the middle. But my husband has the 3-cushion seat couch. And they all love laying on his couch. So I got 3 of them in the dark gray. Our couch is dark gray. for $3.48. So I'm gonna test these out so that we don't have to clean the couch as often, because I don't want my couch destroyed. We've already lost like 2 couches from the dogs eating them, and they live here, so we're not restricting where they get to go. So I want to not have to scrub the couch down as much. I can take the cushions off, throw them in the washing machine, dry them, and throw them back on, and then have the blankets on there, so it protects our couch a little bit more, except for when they lay on the top. I'm stuck there. Then I'm gonna have to clean more. But if they like the cushion, then they'll want to not get up on the top side. And the other thing that's not craft related is these hooks. They were $4.49 or $4.99. Sorry. I have vinyl siding on the back of my house and on the sides. However, I wanted to hang some things on the way the shape of our back door is the door's here, and then it comes out, and then the rest of the house, outside of the house, goes there. So my husband grows here, but we got double doors, and we have spaces here, which I wanted to hang a grilling sign on the vinyl siding, so I tried to use command hooks. Well, they didn't stay. They fell. On this side, I was trying to hang a butterfly, dragonfly sign that I made from Dollar Tree. Well, even then, the command strips fell off, and it was very lightweight. His sign wasn't. Kind of figured that was a possibility, but mine was super light, and the hook still fell off, and it hit the ground and broke. So these hooks, you hook into your vinyl siding. They're not meant to have, I don't think, super heavy items on it, but I'd like to have some nice little decor in there, because on the soffit overhanging is where all my wind chimes are. So it's kind of like, I want it like a cute little nook, decorated cute nook. So I got those. First time I've ever seen them. I'm excited about that. Then $1.79, I got these corners that you put, whether you're going to do scrapbook pages. Oh, these two are stuck. Junk journal. My intention was for my junk journal books. I did it to my pink one, and I wanted to do it to my blue one. That you just glue it on, and it gives it a nice edge to it. This one is both-sided. I have seen some that are not both-sided, and you just glue it on the top. So this is thick enough to where it's going to go over my outside of my junk journal. It's going to be cardboard and fabric. And this is thick opening enough, wide enough opening that it will slide over and stay on. And I can just add a tad bit of glue to make sure it doesn't fall off. But I picked the silver ones. I wanted the bronze ones. They were out of stock. I was not doing the chase down. I looked, didn't see any more except for that one store. So I was like, cool, I'll get the silver ones. Because I lean towards silver anyway. But got 50 of them, so you can do these in scrapbooks, because if you want them to not be as wide, I'm pretty sure that you can take pliers and squeeze it down if you choose to. There's a good possibility. I don't think you can take them apart. I think it's one solid piece. Yeah, it's one solid piece. So my intention was junk journal. So that's where they're going. Then I got these, which are a little safety pin, or not paper clips. They're $1.98 right now, but they are little hearts. And I believe in this set, there was multiple colors to choose from. Those are little hearts, paper clips. I thought these would be cute to add to my junk journals. They're itty bitty. They're cute. And then I didn't realize how big these were. These were $1.69. These were silvery ones, and they're the same as the blue ones, just larger. Those would be cute too. I've seen people haul them and I'm like, oh, those would be so cute in junk journals. And then I got these. They were $1.58. I think they're $1.59 now. 30 pieces. No tear thing. This is an assorted set. And I still didn't get... Well, these aren't going back in the bag, so they're going to go in my storage containers. But this is a variety of cute ones. Got an airplane. You got a beer, I guess, or a mug. I think that's a music. Yeah, that's a music note. What else? We got a bicycle. Looks like a teddy bear. A purple bike. Black bike. Apparently, that's the assortment. Well, that's a bummer because I thought there was more variety. Apparently, I didn't read this one very well. And apparently, there's only an airplane, a bike, a mug, and a teddy bear, and a music note. I think I kind of gambled with this one because I don't think they told you exactly what you were going to get. I think this was one of those mystery ones. In other words, you get what we give you. So, yeah, we ended up with these weird ones. That's why I didn't find any specifically that I liked that I would have bought the set for. So I kind of just, the music notes got my attention because those will be cute on a card that I make for a special person. So, and so then I got this 69 cents. It is sewing needles, but they're not your traditional sewing needles. This was intended for if I choose to stitch my junk journals, because I have some needles, but they were really difficult when I did stitch, so I kind of quit, and then I kind of glued it, made a hinge with ribbon, so it didn't work out as well as your traditional junk journals, but these are very large needles. So if I choose to stitch the signatures in, then I have options for the size of the needles and an option of whether I do the ring or whether I stitch them in. But I think that's why I ended up leaning towards the rings, which I still have other things to use the rings for, like, organizing my stencils better, different projects and different things in my craft room to try to organize it the best I can to make it more user friendly for me. But there's plenty of rings. It's not like they're going to spoil. And they weren't expensive. So I think that is everything. Well, that one was definitely quicker. I'm pretty sure that's everything. So I do have another order coming. And I think I need to slow it down a little bit. But the next one has a die cutting machine that has the 6-inch opening. So the dies that I cannot use with the two machines that I have right now, I will be able to cut with the new one. And they're shipping it in two separate packages, cutting machines in one and the rest of the stuff is in another. I did order some more dies. I have some dies sitting in my cart. They're cute ones, but I'm not in a rush to hit purchase in my cart right now. I'm trying to, after this huge one, which totaled $130, even with the $29 coupon. And then the other one was roughly the same, but I did get a cutting machine on that one. I got a lot of stuff. So now what I need to start doing is use these items. Stop purchasing and start using. So my goal for July is to put out at least 2 videos a week of making things with my die cuts. So that's my goal for July and August. I have quite a lot of stuff, and it is time to use this stuff. So look for more videos to come out of me actually using these items. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the buttons. And remember, when I hit my 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing some giveaways for quite a few things already in the pile. So, and the pile's only going to get bigger. So, share if you'd like, so that we can get the 1,000 subscribers, so that we can do the giveaway, which I'm pretty sure I want to divide it up so that more than one person gets things. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.